Namaste and greetings, everyone. My name is Carmen Santosha from the website Healing the Planet from Within, and I'm on a deep spiritual practice here in India. I'm currently in Varkala in Kerala, and I wanted to talk about the importance of a sadhana practice. Sadhana practice for me started in the Western world, and it was all about, at the very beginning, I'm tired of the miseries of my life and I want to change it. I knew that I could change the energies of my being, my physical body, my energy matrix, and I wanted to find out how to do that. So I started a spiritual practice. Now it has immense benefit to your life. So I wanted to make this video and kind of give you the overall, beginner stage of how you can get started on a sadhana practice. Basically, a sadhana practice is changing your daily routine to create your reality. So let's have a look and see how this is done. Introduction to sadhana. In this little lecture or talk, I'm going to be talking about what is sadhana, who is sadhana good for, the healing benefits of sadhana for your life that's immense and unlimited possibilities when you're working with the energies like this. Example of my beginner practice, so you kind of get an idea where I began on my journey, and then a more advanced practice. And we're going to look at the different types of practices that are in sadhana, as well as the different stages or classes of sadhana that can be done, and suggested practices so you can get started on your journey. Is really quite fun to do. It's quite amazing. If you really want to change your life right now, this is what you got to get into. You can call it sadhana practice because I find naming in sadhana makes it more easier to focus the mind, but it's really just about refining your life to create what you want in life, to create your reality. And of course, I'm going to give you a suggested daily routine to get you started at the beginner level. Sadhana is a conscious choice to change your daily routine to create what you desire in life, right? So for instance, this is very basic. If you want to lose weight, you've got to change your daily routine, right? If you want clean teeth, you've got to clean your teeth, right? So if you want riches, abundance, a better life, a better living, you don't want to struggle, you don't want to feel pain, you don't want to be in toxic, narcissistic relationships or patterns, you've got to change your daily routine. You got to change your thinking, your believing, your emotions, the whole aspect. So it's just a conscious choice to say, hey, I'm ready to change my life now. So what is sadhana exactly? A disciplined daily practice. So you choose particular practices that you're going to add in your life. And I must say, at the beginning of my journey, I was really resistant. Like, what? I've got to meditate every day now. Oh, so I understand if you're feeling resistant at the beginning stages, it's completely normal. Just put something in your daily life that will start to steer your life. Something that you feel resonant with. So the term sadhana comes from the Sanskrit root sadhu, which means go straight to the goal. And as I mentioned before, it's a process of applying your mind, body, and spirit to positively change your life. Super fun, easy to do, really, honestly. It's just a matter of focusing your mind. The word sadhana is often referred to as a spiritual journey here in India. So sadhana means you want, this term is used for someone who really wants spiritual living, a higher living. Well, in this lecture, I am blending with, hey, if you want to create anything in your life, you need to focus your mind, body, and spirit. Makes sense, right? Okay. So people who practice sadhana are called sadhaka, and they have a regular sadhana practice focused on improving their lives and creating a higher living. The goal is to find the most natural and efficient way to renounce the ego, relieve suffering, and attain peace. And oh wow, who doesn't want that? I think everyone around the world would like that. Imagine now if everyone around the world had their own sadhana practice, they would be healing themselves. So we're healing the planet from within. That's the name of my website. It's the name of my project. So it's a huge passion of mine. You can see. I even wrote the book. There's 4 classes of sadhana. My friend here in India recommended that I mention these. The beginner's level is maybe chanting 5 minutes a day as an example. The middle one might be, okay, you've got a dedicated practice, but not all day long, and you might be just focusing on practicing for 1 hour every morning, or maybe you're doing yoga or something. It's it's there, but it's not full. Now, the higher one is something like a pundit. These are priests, for lack of a better word, who practice all day, every day. They're doing a morning cleansing practice, and puja, and they've attained special powers from the practice. Now, when you do sadhana practice for spiritual development, you attain special powers, psychic powers, abilities, these kind of things. But their entire life is dedicated to the practice. But they can still be in the mundane world. So the next one this is when they renounce the world and fully dedicate to the practice, fully, 100% of the time. So, but the deeper the practice, the more benefits. Now, of course, you would know that, because if you're learning how to drive a car, but you only spend 2 minutes every day, you're not going to be that good of a car driver maybe after, 6 months. But if you're driving for an hour for a week or something, you might be better at driving a car. So it's the same with any type of thing you're doing. The deeper the practice, the longer and more dedicated you are to it, the better, more benefits you get, of course. Okay, so some steps to spiritual sadhana. Victory of the mind and senses. What does that actually mean? For me, it's conscious awareness. Just being aware of your chitta in your mind, of the thoughts, the negative thoughts, and changing them. So that the negative thoughts don't affect your reality, and changing your emotions as well, your emotional reactions, your attitudes to things, your core beliefs, just being aware of all that and how it affects your energy vibration. So you start to control the evil habits, I love this word, and really focus your pure mind and concentration. And as you develop on these different steps, you start to get more pure mind and concentration. It comes to you, and your mind starts to open up to possibilities. And so let's see. And cultivating divine virtues. Well, I just said that. So basically, it's better living. It's really focused on increasing positive thoughts, positive emotions, and try and stay in that high vibe. So this makes sense, right? So who is sadhana good for? I can tell you the people I know who really, really want sadhana, or really start on the sadhana practice, they all have something in common. They are tired of the pain and misery of toxic patterns in their life. And they want to heal their life on all levels. Like, they're just dedicated to healing their life. They're tired of the old and they want new. They want to be happier and more content every single day. Like, they're tired of being in misery. That was for me. I was like, I don't want to live in this pattern. I don't want to live in the poor me, pity me, narcissistic pattern that was in my family line. I was like, no way. Like, how can I get out of this? How can I improve my life and feel good, increase my self-esteem, increase my self-confidence, increase abundance? So I was like, okay, I got to start my practice. But I didn't use the word sadhana when I first started. I just wanted a better living. So, and they wanted easier living with no drama. So no people in their lives that's causing drama. They set boundaries really clearly. And I know, the high business people that we see on YouTube and everything, they always say that surround yourself with supportive people who are not toxic. And that's how you get to a higher business strategy, right? More success in business. They just want to improve their life and get unstuck. So if you're resonating with any of these, this is your time to start a sadhana practice to steer your life in a direction you want it to go. All right, so let's have a look. Sadhana can be used to focus the mind, emotions, attitudes, and behaviors to change anything in life. So if you want to really increase your abundance, you would choose a particular mantra and you focus on that, and the mindset about abundance, imagining abundance coming in, imagine yourself having a solid foundation of abundance, chanting the mantras. You do that for 21 days, you'll notice a massive difference, right? So that's a specifically designed sadhana practice, the 21-day one. A long-term one, like the one I'm doing right now, is like practicing chanting at 5 a.m. in the morning, 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning, and try and get to a different spiritual level. So there's a lot of different uses for sadhana. Okay, so healing benefits of sadhana. Oh, so many. Increased happiness in all areas of your life. Like, you suddenly feel relief. Like, it's like everything seems to be happy. Like, it's like you're walking in cloud 9. Improved physical health, absolutely, because if you're happy in your mind, your body's feeling less stress and different things come to you. Improved emotional well-being, with depression just gets thrown out the window. Leads to abundance in all areas of life where there's so many beautiful people around you and everything's like just gorgeous. Increased energy, you're feeling more energy, you don't feeling sluggish anymore, you've got focus, you've got dedication, you've got meaning to life as well. And it has the potential to balance and heal and empower all chakras. And this leads to spiritual ascension and joys in all areas of life. A specific sadhana practice can do this. So it really depends on the type of sadhana you're doing. Yeah, there's so many details to this. It goes a lot deeper, of course, this topic than what I'm doing right now, but I'm giving you the beginner's version of it. Increase of personal power, increase of intuition, clairvoyance, and healing, increase of great business decisions and accuracy in work. Relationships with family, friends, and romantic partners begin to flourish. Like, it's just unlimited potential here, guys. Mysteries of the universe begin unfolding in front of the sadhaka who's practicing sadhana, and all their questions are answered. Now, to me, this is a huge connection to my spirit guides, to the gurus, and I get answers, you know, like this. So it's just, it's so beneficial getting on a sadhana practice. Sadhana lifts us out of the world of drama, misery, and pain. This regular daily routine of focus does this with ease, like easy. You won't have to be in drama, misery, and pain anymore. So when I first started my sadhana practice, I just really craved for something. I didn't know what it was. I just wanted to feel better. I didn't want to be in the misery and the pain of the mundane world. I just started searching. So these are the ones that I found in the Western world to get me going. Personal development was one of them, and that was about thought awareness. I did a degree where it had cognitive therapy in it, which was really thinking about thoughts and how to change them. It was about my core beliefs, my core attitudes, what my attitude towards work, my attitude towards the sadhana practice, my attitude toward others, and try and change that to being more positive, including changing those negative core beliefs that you pick up from your family lineage or from other people or other experiences, and really just working through all of that. That's where I first started with my university degree. And then I became more aware of emotions, emotional intelligence, positivity, activating positivity through positive psychology. And that was a huge launch for me, huge launch. Instead of feeling poor me, I started flicking into gratitude, and I never felt that heavy vibe around me anymore. And when you get out of that heavy vibe, then miracles happen. Like, this is amazing. This is definitely something you've got to get onto. This is really amazing. And reading spiritual books. I only read spiritual books. I don't read, I don't read anything like just books that open my mind. I don't read horror, thrillers, murder mysteries, nothing like this. I really focus on the spiritual books, the spiritual practice. This is hugely important because I found things like in African shamanism, Australian Indigenous people books when I was in the Australian outback. I've read books on yogis, all these types of things really launched me into a new way of thinking. It gave me hope, right? It makes you go, yeah, inspires as well. And the Tibetan 5 rites was taught to me by my first Reiki master over 20 years ago. And it's the fountain of youth. Now, it does align your chakras, and it makes the whole body completely different. So I started that, but did it here intermittently. Beginner sadhana practice, everything is done here and there, willy-nilly. It's just like, woo, let me try it. You might be on this journey right now. It's like, okay. Spontaneous Qigong. I got into Qigong and martial arts where I was aware of the energies flowing through my body. And of course, Reiki. I'm a Reiki master for over 20 years, and emotion code energy healing for over a year now. And these things were energy healing, working with the energies. This is when my psychic power started developing, so I can actually see into the matrix of someone and see where their stuck energies are. And even I can scan a house for negative energy, and like, you can see the steps. It just took me up. So this is, example of my beginner sadhana practice. I just went, okay, I really want a better life. How do I do it? So these practices led to these changes within myself. These are the benefits I received. Elimination of depression. I know when I have a depressed thought and I change it. I know when I have depressed feelings, I change it. I get into something different. I'm understanding of my personal patterns, and I know how to manage them or change them entirely. It's like they're not like a burden anymore. It's like, hey, my old familiar friend, you're back again. Nice to see you. Okay, now you have to go again. So just looking at the patterns like this. My mind is quick and active. In 1 week, I was able to publish 4 books. Now, mind you, they're small books, but still the focus on writing and publishing 4 books in 1 week is like, you know, you've really got to be on top of that for your mind to be there. And I've got a lot of different projects going. So high motivation to achieve anything I desire. I put my mind and focus on something, and I just focus on that. Ability to change my life by releasing trapped emotions and other negative energies. This has been a huge, amazing thing. Anytime I feel like I'm stuck in life, I can just go into my trance meditation and release whatever is trapped there that's stopping me from moving forward. As well as understanding when a big lesson hits you, you just go, wow, what did I do in this time? Why didn't I discern? How come I didn't take care of myself? But also, what lessons am I learning here? What's the old pattern? And looking, I find it fascinating looking at the patterns and understanding and how to change it. Increase of psychic powers, as I mentioned before, and the ability to do energy healing. This is what's happened. This is just the basic beginner sadhana practice, guys. This is what it got me to where I am right now. And the ability to shift in a trance state and commune with higher beings is like, you know, yeah, I think meditation mostly did that, but also just those states of silence, has taken me. It's just amazing. And yeah, seeing a person's matrix and releasing the negative energy. So I have clients from around the world who I work with, and they come to me because they're stuck in their patterns, and I can see the patterns and release the burden so they can at least move forward in life without carrying the burdens. Because yeah, unless if you have a regular sadhana practice, you can do it for yourself. So hint, hint. More advanced sadhana practice. Now, over the 20 years, well, since I was about 16 or something, I started searching for something different. When I was 20, I got into martial arts and Qigong and Reiki soon came after that. And it's slowly been adding it. So when I came to India, I started to realize that I'm on a sadhana practice journey, but I didn't name it sadhana. It was just because I had this craving for, you know, releasing my suffering and feeling better. So now I'm deepening my sadhana practice here in India. I'm here in Varkala, Kerala right now and deepening. So I'm doing chanting before sunrise, my Tibetan 5 rites, conscious eating, trying to only eat those higher things. Tibetan 5 rites is something I'm doing every single day now, or before I did it kind of here and there. So I'm doing it at the 21 level 5 rites now. And meeting people with power, hidden mystics, and I'm always drawn to people or samadhi places which are higher, craving that higher still. And meditation and trance states, my favorite thing to do. So the chanting leads into a meditation trance state. In fact, I wrote a book called Bring in the Light that describes this higher practice of bringing in the light, my meditation that I'm doing every day. And energy healing for others. This is part of my sadhana practice, so I can be in the energy realm. And I think that's so fun because I'm talking to the spirit guides, I'm talking to gurus, I'm talking to ancestors, I'm talking to loved ones who's passed away. It's part of my sadhana practice to be involved in the other world, the other worlds, the other layers. And I do yoga nidra every day. It's one of my favorite practices. It's my laziest form of yoga. It's so much fun. You get a lot of insights in yoga nidra, but deep physical relaxation. And I do research and create videos and books to inspire others. So instead of just reading the books, I now take the information from the books, put it into my own practice, and then make videos and books about it to inspire others. So, you know, this is my sadhana practice. This is personal to me, right? Yeah. Sadhana raises our energy vibration and protects us from negative energies. So as an energy healer, a sadhana practice is super important. It's like a psychic shielding, which, you know, if you're an energy healer of any sort, you would know that this would make a huge difference. And they do say, like, a deep sadhana practice, a real spiritual one, balances, heals, and empowers all chakras, which leads to spiritual ascension and joy in all areas of life. And I really like this image. I think it gives you that wow moment. And so what practices are in sadhana? Well, there's certain types of practices that one can include in a sadhana practice. You can have a very set routine with specific practices, or you can free flow with it. I'm a big fan on free flowing because I feel the energies from within, and then I do that. So the ones that are really recommended by the ancient scriptures, just to give you some ideas of what you can put in your own sadhana practice. Keeping the mind focused on the goal by reading inspirational books. So if you're reading a book about drama, you're creating an energetic vibration of drama in your life, in your world, right? So your mind is focused on drama. Your mind and emotions, your physical body feels that drama that you're reading or the movies that you're watching. So when you read books and watch movies on spiritual practices, your energies focus on spiritual practice and a higher living. So focus on particular books. You can even use that if you're focused on business and you want abundance, you would start reading books on how to do that, right? Yeah, it makes sense. So something similar. Reverence, love, and respect for a higher being. On a spiritual sadhana practice, creating anything in your life, actually, from my own belief system, is absolutely necessary. You must have that surrender to the higher source being, God, Krishna, Allah. You must have that in order to create. Like, there's a lot of different higher beings you can tap into. Some of them are unnamed, some of them are unknown, some of them go out through different religions and stuff. Remove the dogma from the religion and just focus on that higher being. A daily ritual, like you're waking up at the creator's hour, is super important, and you're starting a practice. Creator's hour is just before the sunrise, right? So that's the ideal time. But if you're struggling with that, choose a time that really works for you and keep that daily ritual happening. Now, yoga and stretching I have understood to be very important. One, it helps you sit better in meditation because you're more stretched. You don't get cramps once you're stretched. But also it's the meridians. The meridians are attached to all your organs. And when you're stretching, for instance, you're stretching the meridians that relate to your organs. So it keeps you in better physical health. It also keeps your mind more alert and more awake. So many benefits to this yoga and stretching that we are unaware of in the Western world anyways. So meditation for high vibes, absolutely necessary. Even just 5 minutes with Gyan Yoga, or Gyan Mudra when you first begin. Chanting of mantras for high vibes and energy transformation. There's bija mantras that are linked to healing, that are linked to the chakras, that are linked to the different planets, the different days. There's a lot of different mantras to choose from, and it transforms your energies. And in fact, I'm doing that right now with bija mantras for the days every morning. So I'm chanting sacred chants given by a sage. If you get lucky, you find a yogi that's already enlightened, already experienced the higher vibrations, and he or she gives you a particular chant. You do that every day. Wow, okay, that's amazing stuff. So keeping your life free of drama and negative people, creating boundaries of only positive people in your life is really valuable. Keeping the mind on positive thinking, not being self-critical or self-sabotaging, but just focus on positive thinking. Like, oh my, not good enough. I doubt myself. I doubt my reality. And putting other people down is a lower vibe, right? That's not where you want to go with sadhana. You want to raise your vibration. You want to get into a new life, into a new beginning, and out of that old energy. And always looking for solutions instead of staying stuck in problems. When you go, oh my goodness, I have a problem and the end of the world is happening, catastrophizing, right? But if you're looking for solutions, like there's always a solution to every problem. It's one of my mantras. It opens your mind up to possibilities and you don't remain stuck in the lower energy vibes. Surrounding yourself with positive people. I think I mentioned that already. And activating positivity to higher ratio than negativity. This is in positive psychology. You can read the book by Dr. Barbara Fredrickson because she does mention that higher ratio of positivity and the necessities. So a suggested beginner practice, here's a few ideas to get you started. Every morning, wake up with enthusiasm to face the day, saying something like, this is going to be a great day. This puts you in a good mindset. And you can try the opposite effect if you really want to experience, what that would be like when you wake up in the morning and unconsciously say something negative about your day. So meditate for 5 to 15 minutes holding the Gyan Mudra. That's this one, when your palms are up, obviously. And that activates a feeling of peace. You can do this at night, in the morning, just Write it down. You'll practice what you're going to do. Start a thought journal and become aware of the negative self-talk and change the negative self-talk as it comes into mind. Dive into personal development free worksheets on my website, free personal development worksheets. Learn more about your patterns, learn more about who you are, and that's part of the sadhana practice. It absolutely is. Get a few positive affirmations and state them throughout the day. So, okay, like for me, I'm always safe and protected. There's always a solution to every problem, and I have a few other ones as well. Do a 21-day gratitude journal and notice the difference, because you're just noticing the difference from the old world to the new. You've got to train yourself into going, oh, I'm not used to feeling good every day. I'm not used to feeling that high vibe. So you try something like this and you go, okay, yeah, I really like that. And then it gives your mind an idea, you know, what life can be like. And learn Reiki or any other energy healing practices. In fact, I've been a Reiki master for over 20 years, as you know now, so I teach Reiki. So if you want to learn from me or the Mysteries of a Modern Mystic, I have those programs on my website too. Go to my website. The link is right in front of you. Go and check it out. Okay, some more belief in prayer or surrender to a higher being to flick the mind into higher energies. When I was a young girl, my grandfather said to me, pray to God. And I was like, what? And he said, no, honestly, just pray to God. It'll make a huge difference. And I said, well, how do I do that? And he said, just talk to God like he's your friend. And I started doing that, and things started changing just from that as a girl. Like one day I felt a lot of fear and said, God, please, I just want to feel peace and love. And then it came. So practicing the yamas and niyamas, keeping the body, mind, and clean with that as well. So basically, these are, you know, higher living, good, high virtues. You can research them on Google. Conscious eating for health and energy vibrations. I'm sure you must be aware of that at this stage anyways. And stay away from negative people and negative conversations and judgment and blame and all that stuff. So a suggested daily routine, you wake up 1 hour before your usual schedule. This will give you time to settle into the routine. Write down 3 things you're grateful for. Then you brush your teeth and have a quick cool shower to wake up. Set an positive intention for your day. Like today, this is going to be a good day. Or today I'm going to be highly productive. Or today I'm going to see miracles around every corner. There's a miracle coming for me today. I love doing that one. That was so much fun. And then you set your positive intention. Then you do Surya Namaskar. This is sun salutation. This is a yoga routine. Or choose your own yoga routine. But this one's pretty easy. It's a beginner stage and everybody knows it, so it's easy. Hold the Gyan Mudra after your yoga and allow your thoughts to float towards your positive intentions. You know, this is going to be a good day. This is going to be a good day. This is in your thoughts, you know, this is going to be a good day. With a smile on your face, because that makes a big difference. So, you know, do that. And then you finish with Yoga Nidra. Yoga Nidra is a process of lying on your back with your palms facing up, and you can research that for yourself, Yoga Nidra, and you just lay there. You let your body relax. You do not move your body at all, but your mind stays awake, so don't go to sleep, because this is really, really deep relaxation. And in this deep relaxation, you shift into a theta state of mind. You're focused on your positive intention, and it creates your reality. It has more power to create your reality than just a normal thought. So this is what I would recommend doing for an hour, you know, in the morning. It's just a suggested daily routine. Of course, you can change it as you desire. You can add an evening routine, like I'm going to read this book today in the evening, or I'm going to do my meditation at noon, or, you know, whatever you feel is right for you. At the beginning stage, it's important to just do what feels right for you, because if it feels uncomfortable, it becomes a burden. You usually stop your practice, right? So just get started in some way. Conclusion, in this, we did talk about what is sadhana, which is a daily practice focused on something you desire. And sadhana, the term, is usually used for spiritual practices, but you can fine-tune it to focus on something else. Who is sadhana good for? People who are ready for change in life. Healing benefits of sadhana for your life are unlimited possibilities. And an example of my beginner practice and how I first started, and kind of what I'm doing now, kind of, and my more advanced practices as I'm continuing. And then, of course, the more advanced practices that, you know, when you completely walk away from the world and all you're focused on is on your sadhana. That's not me, not right now. What practices are in sadhana? Give you so many ideas. the suggested practices, and a suggested daily routine. So I hope you got some juicy, good information about sadhana and how important it is to put sadhana in your life, a regular daily practice, a focused regular daily practice where you're consciously working towards your goals and dreams. And I know how much it's changed my life, and I'm really hoping this has inspired you to go, okay, I know what I'm doing now. So, okay, namaste and greetings again from Kerala here in India. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye. Hey, thanks for watching. If you could just push down there, there's that subscribe button. That'd be super awesome. And then go over here and push that like button. That's great. Thanks, guys. Thank you.